Hello everyone, it's the 26th of January 2025. I'm Gary Waterman, a former UK police constable. Since 2022, I have been acquiring evidence and exposing that evidence to the public of decades-long international government fraud. Earlier yesterday, somebody very kindly sent me a video that had been produced by this gentleman here, or certainly he was in the video. And he goes under the name of Hi-Tech Investigations Company that we're going to be looking at in a moment. And you can see he's tagged my name in it at the bottom, and some various other hashtags within there. Now, this video undermines evidence that I had recently released in relation to a potential threat from mobile phones and government-issued radios to members of government organisations. And I'm going to show you some comments that I've put on this video in response to what he is stating. And forgive me for the spellings. These were comments that I put on there yesterday. And it says, in response, it is clear our governments have imposed a criminal system upon humanity and are fully exposed and cornered. As explained, the information was provided to me by another regarding the batteries, but this was supported by evidence already acquired regarding the fraud and potential threats from mobile communication systems, government-issue radios, and Israel. The vaccine situation and subsequent exposure of corruption surrounding it suggests that governments will take sinister action against humanity. The vaccines linked to the same fraudulent entity companies as mobile communications and radio systems. The evidence is overwhelming that this fraud is linked to the World Trade Center disaster and the international government's collaborative attack against their own people. Therefore, this threat, as in the one that I've mentioned in the document and the evidence, has to be seriously considered regarding the mobile phones. The research suggests that a CPU can be used to create an explosion in batteries. When all governments, organisations are refusing to even acknowledge the irrefutable evidence of the fraud, other than to ask me to politely to stop publicly mentioning a key figure, but ignore everything else, I haven't put that, but that's what I said, it must be considered that they may be biding their time for something sinister against the masses, particularly as the evidence links to biblical groups. I have a moral duty to release the information available to me when there appears to be a possible risk of harm to the masses. It is down to the masses to decide how they deal with that information. The latest information being acquired suggests a deliberate push for me to expose the risk to humanity to lead to a fear-related deception and scriptural decision to be made by the masses. The information and evidence in relation to this will be disclosed in due course. This is the profile page of this person, and you can see they have at Hi-Tech Investigations, and they have nearly 29,000 followers, so they're being allowed to have a fairly high following. My information and evidence is being suppressed massively. And remember, social media companies, including TikTok, are linked to this international government fraud. I've seen the evidence, so they all have a motive to suppress the truth coming out in relation to what is happening and allow others to have large followings that are provided misinformation, disinformation, or information that may fit the narrative of the truth that others are trying to expose or to contradict that truth. So let's have a look at this company a little bit more. You can see it's got an address tab there in red, and you can please verify everything that I'm showing you. You can go and verify this information, and it links to an address in Birmingham. According to this, you can see Premier Inn, Birmingham City, in Birmingham here. Now, those that you follow me will know that most of my evidence and information comes from the Companies House registration system. So we're going to have a look at what appears to be that company now. And please verify and corroborate this information. And the person on that video, if this does not relate to your company, please contact me and let me know. So here is a Google search for Hi-Tech Investigations Limited. So I literally typed in Hi-Tech Investigations Companies House, and it brings up this company. And you can see it has an address in Birmingham. So we can assume that it is possibly the same company. It was incorporated in 2023 as I was exposing the international government fraud and the threat to humanity through that. And you'll notice this company was started up 4 months before the attack in Israel. And the subsequent mobile phone devices that exploded, or pagers that exploded in Lebanon were in September 2024. Here is the incorporation document. There is one person named on the company, a Matthew Mullins, of an address in Birmingham. Here's Matthew Mullins, and you can see the date of birth. This is public records, there's nothing wrong with me showing this, is January 1984, Matthew Mullins. If you search that name within Companies House, separately, you will find that there is a duplicate record, and you can see that here. Let's look at this person now. And please tell me if this is not related to your company, the person that did this video. Matthew Mullins, it now shows 4 entries instead of the 1 that was shown previously within that company. So it's a duplicate record with the same apparent date of birth and same name. Let's have a look at these companies. There's Foggers Limited, which dissolved in 2021, again in Birmingham. On the incorporation document is an address that features throughout the fraud. It's a very significant address, 20 to 22 Wenlock Road. On the incorporation document, you have Companies Made Simple further down on that page. That is a very relevant company because when you research it, it links to Westco nominees, and the government appear to have removed the company name from the incorporation document to try and hide their crimes and the links to the World Trade Center disaster and international child trafficking. Here's another company that Matthew links to, Automat Services Limited. It dissolved in 2018. And on the people records, you will see a name called Peter Anthony Velatis. This name features significantly throughout the fraud, and in fact makes connections to the radio systems that I've already mentioned and to the threat of humanity through the mobile communication systems very, very quickly. And you can see here that that name links to over 3,000 companies, but it has duplicate records linking into the international government fraud. I suspect this is a false name or a stolen identity, or that used by a deceased person's name. So Matthew Mullins, if this is you, please get in contact with me and just clarify if those records are yours. If they are, then of course that provides a motive for you to have done this video. And of course, that highlights the potential that this threat is even more real than I was hoping. Thank you very much. Take care. Bye-bye.